Welcome to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn, and this is the 2022 year ahead reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, and Venus. So these readings will again include the Mercury and Venus signs, and the reason for that is that this year the tarot card for the year is the Lovers, and the Lovers card is the astrological representation of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, and so those elements will be playing out this year, and so I wanted to focus on that for the 2022 year ahead reading. For the overall energy for the year, I used a couple of decks, and one of the first decks that I used is the Sacred Symbols by Marcella Krall. The wealth card is really saying, Taurus, that you are going to be rich on all accounts, that this year for you will be abundant. You will have a lot of loving energy around you and energetic riches that are going to be surrounding you. Financial prosperity, and everything that you really need on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual plane. When the luck card shows up, the lucky card also is showing up here. And so the lucky card really talks about you having the Midas touch, as the book says. It says everything that you touch turns to gold at this time. Enjoy this winning streak that you're on, and meditate on the luck that you're going to be having this year when you need an extra boost of being in the right place at the right time type of energy. This talisman for the horseshoe is really a symbol of love and protection, and so that is really going to be playing out for you this year. You might want to start playing the numbers, like playing a little bit of a lotto. For some of you who have been waiting for money to come in, that will be coming to you. Because the luck symbol did come out in the reverse, I do feel like a lot of this luck and abundance that's coming to you really isn't just about generic luck. It really has a lot to do with the hard work that you've been putting in over the course of like last year and throughout this year as well. And so a lot of the work that you've been putting into certain things will be paying off for you, but also things that you've been waiting on to come towards you will also be coming towards you as well. For the life purpose portion, I used the life purpose cards by Doreen Virtue, and the card that came out was author. And so this card is saying that you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. You've long had the thought of writing a book, and this card is a signal that the time is now. This endeavor is part of your life purpose. Although you may not have fully formed concept in mind, the act of writing will prime the pump and create a flow of ideas. You'll tap into the divine infinite wisdom while writing, which will help you better hear the voice of God and the angels. Most authors pen their books in small time increments, so don't think that you need to retire in order to have the hours to devote to writing. Remember that if you finish just one page a day in a year, you will have produced a 365-page book. If you need additional confidence in your writing abilities, you can always take classes, join or start a writer's group, or hire an editor. The main point is to write now. And this doesn't necessarily mean like you have to go out and write a book. Even for some of you, I think like the act of practicing writing will help you. If you want to journal, if you want to do a blog, writing comes in many forms. And so really consider stepping into that if that is something that you're interested in. But with the cards that came out for you already in terms of like the luck, I feel like anything that you really want to do at this time, you can do. If you have like this thought that you might want to write something, and it's something that's been passing through your mind, take this as a confirmation that you can really pen anything you want. Again, that doesn't necessarily have to be a book. It can really be anything. But anything that you do put your mind to at this time, with the luck card and the wealth card, really are going to be huge payoffs for you. If you put the time and energy into it, it will reap the rewards that you're looking for. The final card is coming from the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels deck, and this is really about the romance part of your life in conjunction with like the lovers being the tarot card of the year. I wanted to look at how love is playing out in your life, and the card that came out for you guys is past life relationship. You have known each other before. The book says the romance angel sent you this card to explain the relationship you've inquired about. You have some unfinished business in conjunction with a soulmate from a past lifetime. This may involve forgiving someone, a joint project, or learning personal lessons such as patience. Soulmates recognize each other instantly, and this feeling is often registered as a sense of romantic or sexual chemistry. Magnetism that brings two people together can surpass logic because the purpose of the relationship is healing and learning. Whether or not your soulmate becomes your life partner, you'll experience personal and spiritual lessons and growth as a result. Past life regressions can also help you uncover the answers you seek. And in past life regression relationships, most times, you've shared a relationship together in the past. And so if you do a past life regression, you can really kind of figure out what happened with you guys in your past relationship. Some of this might be just kind of like a karma thing playing out, where things that you had, issues that you had in your past life relationship with this person are things that need to get kind of remedied in this lifetime. And so they might be playing out in your current relationship, and you might not even realize it. But whatever relationship that you are thinking about, it is a past life relationship. And so I hope this card kind of helps you navigate that situation a little bit. And this could be for people who are in relationships, but also for people, if you run into someone, if you're single right now, and you run into someone that you meet and you feel like you have an instant connection and you feel like you've known them before, most likely this is because there is a past life connection there, and you've been with them in a past life, not necessarily even in a romantic setting, but you have had a relationship with them in a past life. So looking at the tarot, the cards that came out, this is for the overall energy for the year. And the cards that came out are the Magician and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. And so this is a little bit interesting because every time I see this combination of cards, it means one thing, that there is manipulation of energy happening. And, in the spiritual world, we talk about a person that manipulates the energy for their own purpose, for their own advantage over you. This could be you doing this to someone else, or this can be someone doing this to you. Usually when I see this, it's referencing someone who's doing like magical workings, whether they're doing voodoo, they're doing obia, they're working on kind of manipulating the situation, energetically speaking, in their favor. Again, this could be something that you're doing, or this could be something that is being done to you. What is happening here is definitely a situation where someone might have done some sneaky things in the past, and that is something that is going to be revealed to you. Or if you have done something sneaky in the past, you might be afraid that this information gets out, or people find out what you're doing. Specifically in terms of astrological signs, the Magician card is usually referencing the Aries individual. And so that is upright. So there is like a type of like manipulation of energy, but there is a sense of like trying to hide that information, or hiding the fact that the energy has been being manipulated, or whatever work is being done is being hidden. Or like again, I said, if you have been involved in something, you could potentially be afraid that that information is coming out. And that is kind of like what's playing out this year. It's kind of like this hiding of information, finding out things about people and what they've done in the past, or maybe you are being found out about things that you've done in the past that haven't necessarily been on the up and up. You might be kind of like doing some shady dealings, or doing some shady business, or someone around you is doing some shady business. And so there's like an energy of kind of like on that precipice of that information kind of like coming out or being found out about. So let's look at the full year ahead spread and see what the cards are saying there. Okay, so after pulling the cards, what initially strikes me is the amount of people involved in the situation. We have Libra, we have Aquarius, we have Gemini. There are a lot of air signs involved. We again have the Magician showing up here, so that is representative of a person, but it's also representative of an energy. We have a Libra again with the Lovers showing up. We have a Venusian vibe, so either another Libra or a Taurus energy, and of course we have the King of Pentacles, which is can also be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energy showing up. So there are a lot of court cards shown here on the right hand side with the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, the Magician, the Lovers, the King of Pentacles. There's also the Star card, which is really representative of Aquarian energy. And then the Queen of Cups, which is, again, can be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, along with the Empress. So these cards are usually representative of individuals present in the situation. And so there is a lot of energy here represented in the card. So starting out in January, we have the Queen of Cups, which is really like a nurturing type of energy, really just in a place of peace and calm, of supporting and nurturing. And this could be you, but this could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio individual that's in your midst, right? Or just being in a place of zen and calm, and really being hopeful here with the Star card. But with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it looks like there is a situation that's not working out. The Three of Pentacles really talks about collaboration. It talks about, kind of like working with someone else. And so with these three individuals on the top, which is the Queen of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords, it's really talking about a contentious situation between these three individuals, also represented here by the Seven of Wands. So what it looks like is going to be happening for you within the first 4 months of the year. It looks like there is a situation where you are kind of going to be confronted with a situation that is going to kind of catch you off guard about March or so. It's going to be a little bit of a contention between you, and it could be an air sign, and it completely catches you off guard. It's like this particular person is kind of speaking, or rather spewing their truth about the situation to whomever will listen, but they won't necessarily be talking to you directly. They'll be kind of like talking about it behind your back, right? You also have a situation where this is causing a little bit of a rift in a relationship that you might have with a Queen of Cups individual, but you are more hopeful about that situation with the Queen of Cups working out as opposed to the Queen of Swords. I feel like you kind of are more concerned about the relationship with the Queen of Swords individual, and that Queen of Swords could represent a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra individual. So I feel like that relationship is more pressing to you. I feel like you're paying more attention to that than you are to the Queen of Cups person. And I think that is kind of like intentionally done. Like the issues between you three is something that's actually intentionally being created. I feel like you are more hopeful that the relationship with the Queen of Cups is okay and is steady enough to survive, but you're really kind of afraid of how the whole situation is going to play out. The Star card and the Three of Pentacles in reverse is being clarified by the Six of Cups and also the Page of Pentacles. And so this might be like a younger individual that you're concerned about. This is like really you kind of doing like a balancing act This could be your child. It could be someone, that you knew from your childhood. It could also be like a family member or someone that you've known for a long time, possibly since you were a child. And so it's like you're playing a balancing act and trying to make this situation work out. The situation that kind of crops up on you kind of catches you off guard, like I said, but it's like you're really trying to play a balancing act because you do value this relationship because it's something that's been around for a long time, and you don't want to lose it. Again, your focus is really kind of like on this Queen of Swords individual, which I feel like is kind of turning their back on you. Is shown, you lay the cards out. This is kind of like a fight between the two of you that really kind of comes up out of nowhere, and it's like you're really trying to focus on being that taking care of the household, providing, really kind of giving like a stable environment. But for some reason, this is causing an issue between you and a Queen of Swords individual. It might be that you have a relationship that's outside of your relationship with this Queen of Swords person, you being the King of Pentacles, and it's that relationship is actually causing a little bit of confusion in your life and a little bit of argument. But you do value the relationship that you have with the Queen of Swords. But there is something definitely that comes up in like April or March between the two of you. There is the idea that you want, like you have this wish that you want, right? Of having like, this perfect love situation and creating that environment. But it does look like by like June or July, you're gonna get some information coming into you that's kind of put like a stamp or seal and basically end or close out a situation, right? So with the Eight of Wands is really talking about fast incoming messages that's going to really kind of like throw everything upside down. And with the Death card doesn't necessarily mean a physical death, even though it could mean a physical death. It's really just talking about the ending or closing out of a cycle. And so whatever this descent that happens in like the first part of the year, like the first 4 months of the year, by the summertime, it's really going to come to a head. But I feel like there's not going to be a lot of information that comes into you that kind of puts a spotlight or reveals certain things to you that give you the opportunity to make a decision with more information, because you do find out things that have happened in the past that were being kept from you, that will help you make your final decision. And if this is not you, then the person that you are dealing with in the situation might be finding out information about you to help them make a final decision about what they want to do with the relationship with you. And ultimately, one of these relationships is going to be coming to an end. Again, what comes up towards the end of the year, so we're talking about September, October, November, and December, we're really talking about some information, like I said, that comes out, and also with the Seven of Swords again showing up, we're really having a lot of sneaky behavior going on with another King of Swords individual, and also a Page of Cups. This is really like the inability to create that type of life that you wanted, because there are so many secrets and so many things happening behind the scenes that you're not 100% aware of. I do feel, like I said, a lot of this information is going to kind of come up and be shown to you, and along the way, like I feel like you're going to be finding out a lot of information about how people are moving, how people are manipulating situations for their own benefit and for their own advantage. And that is going to result in the ending of some relationships for you, closing out the year. But I think by the end of the year in December, especially with the King of Swords here, you are going to know the truth. Like you're going to know everything that you need to know to make a decision about what you want to do by the end of the year. So a lot of this stuff is going to be coming out. As we see, the Empress in reverse is being clarified again by the Eight of Wands and the Death card. And so that is really talking about information, again, that's coming in, that's going to basically end something. And this could be with a Libra or with a Taurus. So Again, this could be you, but it could be someone else. They might be finding out something about you. You could be finding out something about them. But whatever it is, the ability to create that life, or to create with this person, to create that beautiful type of existence that you might have wanted with them, is going to come to an end, because like I said, there's information that comes in that provides you with the clarity that you need to make that decision. The Page of Cups in reverse is really talking about a person that might be a little bit immature in their thinking and their way of acting, a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and that relationship is going to really go through a little bit of a change, because with the Chariot here, it looks like that relationship will not be moving forward. There's a little bit of dependency or codependency on you for financial support. You might be kind of like giving a lot of money to this person, or financially supporting this person, and as a result, you are taking like a little bit of a financial hit. The King of Wands is showing up here. And so this is really talking about like over aggression. This could be a Leo person. This could be a Sagittarius, or another Aries individual, but this person is like really aggressive. And so this kind of like takes the tone of the relationship. Like the immaturity of them kind of flips to a little bit of anger, a little bit of aggressiveness with you, because they might not necessarily be getting what they want from you. And so you're going to kind of see their personality change a little bit because they aren't able to get what they want. And so you should be mindful of that. But then again, with the Chariot in reverse, this is really talking about the end of, you basically financially taking care of them, losing money or feeling like you're losing money, just spending money on them, and they just really just don't appreciate it, right? And so a lot of that is going to be showing up for you. So you want to be mindful about how much money you're spending, how much money you're giving away to people. Yeah, and just kind of keep your hands in your pocket, because while you are trying to manifest your dreams and manifest the best life for yourself in 2022, you want to be careful that the people that you're keeping around you are really supporting that mission and supporting the work that you're trying to do, and that they're giving to you as much as you're giving to them, and that you're not being in a situation where you're being taken advantage of financially, or kind of like taken advantage of an emotional note because they know they can. So what happens with the Seven of Swords and the King of Swords is that there is a little, like, there's basically a lot of things that aren't really being told to you, or you're not really aware of. There is a little bit, like I said, there is a third party situation is definitely present. And so there's like a juggling of the situation. They could be juggling you or another person, or you could be juggling them and another person. And it's really causing a lot of anxiety, because I feel like that someone is trying to keep this a secret. They don't want it to come out. But what happens here is like the moon in reverse, the sun in reverse. Yeah, it's inevitable that it does come out, and eventually, someone is going to be kind of walking away from the situation. I feel like you're focused on the things that you don't have instead of focusing on the things that you do have in the person that you might be with, and you might be trying to get everything. You might not feel like you can get it from one person. So you feel like, dealing with multiple people will give you everything that you want. But eventually it's like a situation where it's like you don't see what's in front of you until it's gone. And it really is a cycle and a pattern that's happening. Again, this is a past life relationship. So with the World card here, that's really speaking to the fact that this is something that has happened with you in the past life. Is, you kind of, because of the inability to really accept what you have in front of you, and constantly feeling the need to get more, you might end up losing what you value as a result of that, because you want it all, right? And so that is something that is is a cycle and is a pattern, not only in your present day, but also as a part of your past life. And it's something that is being kind of shown to you for you to learn from the situation, and eventually to grow and to recognize what it is that you're doing, by also recognizing what it is that you truly want in your life, and not to kind of like, what is it, like the 80% 20 rule, to be with someone who has 80% and throw it away for someone who only has 20%, not realizing that you're giving up 80 for 20, right? So that is something to be mindful of this year. Ultimately, this year is going to be one where a lot of things are going to be revealed to you. You're going to be able to see people for who they are, and you're going to get a lot of information coming into you that's going to help you make the decisions that you need to make about your choices in terms of relationships, but also in terms of like your career, and what it is that you want to work on, and what it is that you want to actively pursue. So regardless of what happens throughout the year, like I said, information is valuable, and it helps us kind of form our decisions and make valuable decisions, and make decisions that really kind of help us in the long run. And I feel like 2022 is going to be that year for you, where you're going to get all the information that you need to help you make the decisions that will be beneficial to your life overall. Thank you for listening. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for post notifications. I look forward to seeing you soon, and thank you.